listen, if you want to be successful with anything, love, business, partnerships, relationships, just waking up earlier, going to the gym, whatever, it's going to come with consistency. Yes, you have to be consistent, all right? You have to be consistent. Listen, consistency is everything. Consistency is the key to success. It's the key to success. No one has achieved anything without some form of consistency. You know how so many people are like, I ain't make it overnight. There's no overnight success. All of the planning, all of the preparation, that came with consistency. Not stopping. Not stopping is consistency. Keep going. It's consistency. To be consistent, it takes repetition. It takes repetition to be consistent, man. And so many of us don't like to repeat ourselves. We don't like to try and try again. But that's exactly what consistency is, okay? That's exactly what consistency is. You have to be consistent in order to gain any type of success in anything. And I'm talking about big or small. Big or small, you have to be consistent. It's great that you got an idea. Cool. It's great that you might start. Cool. But if you're not continuous, if you're not consistent with what you're doing, then don't be upset that you don't see the results that you set out for when you started. All right? Hello? You have to be consistent. I'm gonna repeat that many times throughout this one because that is the consistency. And you know what's funny? It's we learn through repetition. Through repetition, we learn. Through repetition, we grow. Through repetition, we improve. And we're always improving the mind. So you have to become consistent. I'm going to keep telling you. I'm going to keep telling you. Because it's so vital, okay? It's so vital to your success. Now, consistency has many meanings. That's why it's such a powerful word. It could be, consistency is solid. Consistency is density, like the texture of something is the right consistency, right? All right? But all of those things goes right back to consistency with yourself. If you're solid, you're dense, not in a negative way, but you have the right compatibility, you have the right mode, okay? It's because you're consistent. You're consistent, all right? Now, I have the definition of consistency. It says it's steadfast adherence to the same principles, course, form, and etc. Put it in a sentence, there is consistency in your behavior, in your pattern of behavior. Okay? There is consistency in your pattern of behavior, which is dope. Like, okay, now that you're consistent, you're a consistent person, now I can trust you. I know where to put you at, all right? I know what's going on. What's up, good people? Hey, everybody. I know what's going on, all right? All right, let me do this. A person who is consistent is trustworthy. A person who is consistent is trustworthy. I can trust your word. I trust your actions to be you completely because this is who you are consistently. Whether it's good or bad, like if you're always late, you're consistent with being late, I don't expect you to be on time. Maybe I could adjust and tell you to be there at a different time to make sure that you're there on time, but I can trust that you're still going to be late because you're consistent with it. It's a trustworthy thing, all right? A person who is consistent is trustworthy. They are determined, okay? If you're consistent, if you're continuous, if you keep going, you're determined, all right? A person who is consistent is patient because you don't get the result right away, but you keep going, That means you're patient with your process, your growth that you have to go through in order to attain whatever success that you're working towards. Also, a person who is consistent is prompt. That's on me. I think a person who is consistent is prompt. They know their schedule. They know the timing. They know what they can and can't allow. They're above and beyond a lot of things. So it's like, hey, I gotta be consistent with what I'm going towards. All right. Now, let me get into the meat of this. Consistency contains these things. All right. Consistency contains these things. Consistency takes a daily practice. You're not going to be consistent by trying something once and never trying again. Okay, try and try again. That's consistency. You have to be ready to repeat yourself. You have to be ready to do it again and again. All right? It takes a daily practice. You got to keep showing up. You got to keep trying. You got to do it again and again and again. You got to send that email 3 times. You got to push that text out, blast those texts out 10 times. You got to make another 5 calls. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. It's consistency. It's a daily practice. You got to show up every day towards whatever it is that you want to be successful in. That's consistency. When you're consistent, you're doing it every day. Every day. Number 2, you have to be goal-oriented to be consistent. All right? You're not going to be willing to persevere. You're not going to be willing. You're not going to be determined. You're not going to be driven to keep going if you don't have a goal in mind. If it's just to do whatever, it's not strong enough. You got to have a strong enough why. Why are you going to be consistent? Towards what? For what? That's a goal. By when? That's a goal. Okay? Consistency. You have to be goal oriented. You have to put in a daily practice. All right? Next thing, discipline. Consistency kicks in when discipline takes over when you don't feel like it. Because you're not going to feel like it every day. You're not. You're not going to feel like it every day. You're not going to love every single thing you do and everything that you go through towards whatever it is that you want success in. Okay? It's not going to happen. It's not. And that's okay. But when you're consistent, you're disciplined enough to still put in some type of action. All right? I tell people to, 1, schedule things, make a tasks list, a daily task list, so that you can just see what needs to be done. You go to work, you know the tasks that need to be completed in order for you to go, in order for the job to be completed, in order for it to be finished, in order for you to clock out. That's what needs to happen, right? So you know the tasks. Do the same thing for yourself. Whatever it is, what's the task I need to complete to make it so that I'm done and I can relax afterwards? Create a task list. All right? Create a task list and you can just check off the task. Just to alleviate your feeling towards things or your emotions towards things. You're just looking at a list of things that needs to get done, you do it. All right, boom. So create a task list in order to instill the discipline towards your consistency. All right? Next thing, which I kind of said it, create a ritual, create a checklist. Create a ritual, create a checklist. That's the same thing as the task list, but the ritual is a little different. It's like what you do every morning or every day at whatever time. Like, be consistent with that. Like, if you're going to post, okay, when? What you're going to post, what type of content, when you're going to post it, who's going to be looking, and you need to put a time on it so that these people, other people can gravitate, okay, I know at 3 o'clock he's going live on Monday. Okay? Consistency. Consistency. Create a ritual. All right? Like I like to get up at 5:30 in the morning. I go to the gym at 6. At 7, I come home. I have some type of breakfast, then bathe, and now at 8 a.m. I'm ready to start my day. You see what I'm saying? It's a ritual. It's consistent. Like I know that. I know what's going to happen within 5:30 to 8 a.m. I know what's going to happen. That's a ritual. And the checklist is the same as the task list. You write out the task that needs to be done. You can just check them off whether you feel like doing it or not. Cool. All right. Next thing. And this is something that I truly still am working on. Okay. We're not perfect. We're always improving. Focus on the process, not the results. I'm so result driven. You know, I'm a high achiever and I put in massive amounts of action. So I've been taken out quite a few times by focusing on the result. Like, okay, I do this, I should get this. That don't always happen. You know, in a perfect world, sure. If I do this, I should get this. That don't always happen. You know, even if you do everything right, even if you do everything correct, you're not always going to get the exact result that you work towards. So, you have to be consistent. Instead of getting taken out by focusing on the results, you focus on the process, because within the process is where you grow. In the process is where you learn, and when you learn and you grow, you become a higher being. Okay, you become a higher being, and you can now do more things because you know more. You're more experienced. All right, so with those ups and downs towards whatever it is that you're looking for success in, with those ups and downs, right, you're going to get a return because you're going to learn if you stay open-minded towards it, okay? But you have to focus on the process and not just the results. Process over results. I'm still working on that myself. I know it's a truth, but again, I'm a high achiever and I'm results driven. If I'm doing so much, I'm like, why hasn't it happened yet? Like, I'm more consistent than any, you know, but whatever. It's something that I'm still working on. Focus on the process over the results, all right? Next thing, you have to let go of old thinking when it comes to consistency. And this is another, like this ties in with focusing on the process over results, because in the process is where you grow, right? So if you're not focusing on the process and you're only looking at the results, and if you didn't get the results that you worked towards right away, then you're going to get taken out, because now you're going to have a negative sense of comparison of who you are versus who you were when you started. So I've done this. I know this from experience. So when I would get taken out, because I would when I say taken out, I get unmotivated, not driven, or deem this as unsuccessful, doesn't work, move on to the next shiny thing. That's what I mean by getting taken out. So when that happens, it's because I'm looking at who I was versus who I now am. I am continuously growing, okay? But I grow, you have to go through the process of growth. It's all processing, okay? It's processing. So going through these processes is where you're improving. So to focus on the result, you're focusing on the result from who you were when you started, not who you are as you're growing. I hope somebody could catch on to that. Hope somebody could catch on to that. So you have to let go of the old thinking. You have to let go of that old image, man. I told myself, you know, I was shy, bashful, can't talk well, mumble talker, all of these things. These are the things that I were. I'm not that no more. So for me to still say that I'm bashful is to hold on to old thinking, old image that might have gotten me through something before, or, you know, what I might have clung on to before. But that's not who you are no more. When you focus on the process instead of the results, and you're growing, you can see your growth and realize when you grow, you change. You're not the same person that you were when you started. So you're more experienced, you're more well versed, okay? You are more equipped for whatever it is that you're setting out for to get success in. All right? So you have to let go of that old thinking, that old image. You're not that person no more. Forget them. You're not that person no more. Now you up here. All right? You up here. You good. You strong. All right? You much better. Much better. You've improved. Now, next thing, and this is vital for me. I hope that you catch on to this one. Use reminders. If you're always going on and on and on and you're being consistent, you can forget what you have done, what you have improved on. You forget the small things. And the small things, that incremental growth, those things get overlooked way too easily. That's a big factor. You know, they say the small stuff is the most important. That's a big factor, right? So what I would do is I would take sticky notes and I would put them in, you know, certain areas. Like I'll put it on my wall beside my bed that I know when I wake up, it's the first thing I see is this sticky note that say you are confident, you are strong, you know, or I have a different sticky note that says the goal, what my goal is. So now I wake up with my goal in mind. I see it. That's the first thing I see. These little things like this is triggers. It triggers you into thinking the way that you need to be thinking for your success, for your consistency. If you just wake up and it's dark, you know, if you just wake up and it's dark and you just left with your thoughts and you're quiet, a lot of time it just spirals, right? So you wake up, you're like, damn, I wish I could go back to sleep. I don't really feel like getting up at 5:30. And there's nothing forcing you to get up at 5:30 if you're not going to clock in, right? So there's nothing forcing you to get up. It's your own will. So it's like easy to convince yourself like, I could just go back to sleep today. But then it's like, if you see that sticky note on the wall, it's like, oh no, you do got a goal. Oh yeah, no, you do want that. Oh, I am strong. I am confident. I am handsome. I am beautiful. I'm whatever. You know, like now I'm like, shoot, let me get up and take this shower and get ready for the day. Because it's easy. It's easy. Now I've seen it, I've triggered it, I'm all in. You know what I mean? I'm all in. So that's another thing, man. Use reminders. Any documentation, anything like that, any praise towards whatever it is that you're working towards that you're trying to be successful in, I screenshot it. I print it out. I got a wall where I print out, you know, my LLCs. I print out, you know, started this channel. I print out, you know, my logos and stuff like that because it's just a visual. Like, damn, I done did this. Like, it's so easy to show yourself what you've done and what you've accomplished because it's also, vice versa, so easy to forget all of what you've done towards the bigger picture. The bigger picture is created one brushstroke at a time. So the bigger picture is created one brushstroke at a time, but you can forget how significant that one stroke was, or that line was, if I could use the right analogy for it. Because, man, you want to be consistent. These are the things that you want to have to put in. And another gem towards being consistent is scheduling. Okay? Take your time seriously. Take your time seriously. I take my time very serious, as I do others. But if you don't take your time serious, you can't take mine serious. So I'm not going to take you serious and offer you any of my time. Simple as that. Now, how can you make sure that you take your time more seriously? Scheduling. Hold on. Y'all think it's a joke? I have a 24-hour calendar that I fill up. All right, it's a little empty right now because I was all over the place. But I have a 24-hour calendar that I fill up every Sunday to get ready for the week. It lets me know what I'm doing, what I need to be doing, when I'm doing it. All right? I can give you a copy of that. You can try it out for yourself. But the message behind it is I know what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, where I'm going, what I want to do, when I want to do it. I know my time. I know where my time stands. So somebody be like, hey, can I get some time for you? Can I talk to you? Can I holler at you real quick? How long is it gonna take? How long is it gonna take? Not to be rude, but how long is it gonna take? You got 5 minutes? All right, I could give you 5. All right, but coming in 6, I gotta go because I got stuff I gotta do. All right, and when you start taking your time seriously, others have no choice but to value you as you value yourself, and that goes with your time. All right, so factors and consistency. For one, for anything to be deemed successful, it's going to take consistency. Consistency is in the repetition. You have to repeat, try again, and then over and over until you get what you want. That's the consistency part. Next week, I'm going to touch on persistency because those words are so similar that people don't realize the difference. So next week, I'm going to touch on persistency. This week is consistency. And consistency is the repetition, the non-stop, to keep going. All right? So the factors in consistency is the daily practice. You have to do it every day, whatever it is, towards whatever it is that you want to be successful in. Kobe and LeBron shoot and make like 3,000 shots a day. That's why they can play ball so good. They know their jumper. They know their shit so well because every day 3,000. I'm not making 300 every day. Okay. Daily practice. 1, you have to be goal oriented. What's the goal? Why you being consistent? All right. Why you need consistency? 3, you have to be disciplined because you're not always going to feel like it. 4, create a ritual, create a checklist. All right. So then you can just check off these tasks without having to put no emotion behind it. Fuck if you feel like it or not. All right. 5, focus on the process over results. Process over results. That's the one for me. Because the process is where you learn, it's where you improve, that's where you grow. And growth equals change. Number 6, let go of the old way of thinking. Let go of that self-image, that old image of yourself. You're not the same person anymore. All right? You're bigger, better, more experienced, much more equipped to deal with and attain whatever it is that you're looking for success in. Number 8. Is it number 8? Number 7. Next one. Use reminders. Use reminders. You can't leave everything up to thought by yourself. We have too many thoughts a day. All right, you have to get these things out. So use reminders. Wherever you're going to be, a lot of people use the refrigerator, put notes on the refrigerator. All right, get certain sayings, put them on the bathroom wall, put it on your mirror, put it next to your bed. All right, so these are things that you're going to see regardless if you try to or not. All right, next thing, final thing is scheduling. Take your time serious. Schedule some time for whatever it is that you're working towards and solely work on that thing. Solely work on that thing. Uninterrupted. Put the time in. Put the time in, all right? And that will wrap it up for consistency, all right? Consistency. I got somebody want to come on. Let's see. They tie up.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
What's up, my man? How are you?
Yeah, fantastic. I'm pretty well, thank you. To see you once again, bro.
Yeah, man.
So, what are you teaching right now?
So we're talking about the topic of consistency. Let's see. I have 6 minutes. We have consistency. You just jumping in?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Maybe if I just disrupt to your continuity to explaining the stuff that you are dealing over here. Sorry for that.
Yeah.
Maybe I will join later on. You just finish that.
It's like, so yeah, man. Consistency. For anything to be deemed successful is going to take consistency. Nothing was built overnight, and nothing. Your efforts can't just be a one and done for anything to be actual successful. It's going to take consistency, and consistency is in the repetition. So what do you think about consistency?
To be honest, if you just ask me what I think about the consistency, I think
Yeah.
so. It is the basic tool to get success or reach your destination, to achieve your goals.
Oh yeah.
If you are consistent, okay, you just frozen for the second. Okay, if you are consistent, I think so. You have a power. Let me tell you something. As you just described, nothing will be come true overnight. We have
Yeah.
to consistent. But you know, when we are searching a shortcuts, that's the
Mhm.
problem is start. We are not consistent and we are not ready to do a hard work. And
Woo!
what thing when the time pass and we are starting to find some shortcuts how we get a success. But what happened? Let's suppose
Mm.
if you want $100. Let's suppose you want $100, but you are not consistent to work hard day and night. You think someone give you $100?
Mm.
So
Mm.
let's suppose someone give you $100. Let's suppose someone give you $100 because it's your need. So what happened? You don't know how to use those $100, or maybe next day or after next day, your $100 will be finished because you
Yeah.
don't know how consistencies work, how to use those money to reach next level. So
Mm.
this is again the big. So you should consistent, then you learn the hardships of your struggle. Then you know the bottlenecks of achieving your goal. So
Yeah.
without nothing is wonderful. As I'm telling to you, let me describe my story with you. I learned
Yeah.
this language. I learned this language within one year, 8 months, to be honest, by doing hard work. Even though I can't
Yeah.
able to speak one words in front of the camera, so mean to say I'm consistent. Many people call me at different names, but many
Hmm.
people ask me by different names. But I don't think so that I should mean to say I should give up my consistency because the
Hmm.
things that I achieve right now, many people are praised in my family and out of family, and they are saying that. So the same thing you can also implement it on your life. You should be
Yeah.
consistent so that you can prove yourself. When you are consistent, your body language, the way that you speak, the movement that you have, and the
Yeah.
encouragement, confident. Nobody can mean to say match up those things, and you feel praisement little by little. You feel relaxed that you are achieving something because you are consistent. So this is
Come
the
on.
most important that many people are missing when they are just finding the loophole and other kind of stuff. So do right now. Many people think, oh, I will start tomorrow and reach my goal.
Mm.
No, start right now and do
Yes.
it again. Repeat as much as you can. Repeat until or unless you make sure that what you desire, you achieve it. If you don't achieve, you think you should work hard, you just do it again and again. Oh, Angela. Hello, welcome, Angela. You can also add Angela over
Yes.
here if you want to.
Yes. Yeah. Come on in. I got 2 minutes, but come on in, guys.
Oh,
Y'all want to
yeah,
come
two
in?
minutes. Okay, yeah. So that's the consistency is the key. There are some other parameter to reach to success, but consistency is one of the major. Consistency and as well as evaluating yourself, something, desiring something, so achieving something, mental stability, life goal. These are all things that help you to achieve your goals, but little by little, everyday mindset definitely tell you all those skills. So we have a new person over here. Hello, welcome,
Yes.
sir.
Good,
Yes.
good, y'all. How
Paul
y'all doing? How
Dewberry.
y'all doing? Thank you. Yo, thank you. Yo, I had to chime in because y'all just over here spinning some facts. Y'all are going in right now, man. I appreciate the conversation.
Yes.
It's been very motivational to me. My daughter back here listening and everything, and so the consistency part. That's the thing I've been trying to work on, and
Hmm.
and being around people like Trey, it can't help but rub off on you. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to thank y'all for jumping on the live. Y'all really been like preaching to me. So I just wanted to say thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Thank you, man. Thank
Yeah.
y'all, man. So, what's your take on consistency before we head out, Paul?
Oh man. Consistency is the key to everything, man. If you don't
Yes.
got consistency, nothing's gonna last. You building your house on a shaky foundation. So if you don't got the consistency and enjoy the process, that's my thing.
Ooh.
Anything I do, I try to enjoy the process. So it doesn't matter. It's not about money for me. It's about the fact that I enjoy what I do and I love what I do. And then the
Yeah.
money will come, and you got that solid foundation. It's easy work instead of feeling like you got to force yourself to do it all the time. So that's my thing with consistency. If you're not consistent, you're building your house on shaky foundation. That's it.
Yes.
One interesting thing are highlighting. But one more thing I add over here, because okay, can you hear me? Oh, you just froze it for the second. Consistency definitely put you sometime motivated or sometime demotivated. But the thing is that you have to encourage in the process of learning. When you enjoy the process that you have mentioning, maybe sometime our level of working is not the same. Sometimes we are ups and downs, motivation, but consistency will force you to do the same thing again and again. And ultimately, when you reach your goal, you will appreciate yourself that you did these kind of thing in the past, and right now you are reaching that level. So you are appreciating, you are tapping yourself, and that is the point you said that consistency come into your success. But don't depress yourself, and don't think about, because I observe many people give up because of other people are just claiming, other people are forcing, other people are saying and calling them in a different way. You are doing this thing, oh never, you will never achieve that. You are doing this thing, oh, never work, it's never. So they say, oh, maybe it's not where they have a doubt. They have a dubious kind of thing. They may be a doubt. They are never reaching. Oh, Angela, welcome, Angela. Welcome.
Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
hello.
Hey, thanks for
Great.
letting me in. This is awesome.
Yeah. So real quick, what's your take on consistency?
Man, you guys are saying it. And that is one thing, I think that's something I have definitely learned this last year more, is show up every day, no matter what, do it, just do it. You will learn so much, but just do it every day. Stay consistent, and it so much will pay off because of your consistency.
Yes. So I've actually been sharing your praises, Angie, towards my man Paul here.
Yes.
Paul DeBerry, and he has gravitated to going live every day, just like you.
Inspired me. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Wonderful.
You definitely inspired
she
me.
has a consistency to arrange a live session every day, and she empowered many women. Many people are taking up inspiration from her, and she is really consistent. Just want to mention over here, sometimes I feel that I should do the same thing that she's doing, and she's really helping to other person. It's awesome. Angela, I just say that you are doing a perfect job. You are inspiring other women, especially from all over the world. Many people like some. Angela.
Thank you, Tayyab. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. and that's true, right? It's like when you see someone else do it, it does inspire you, and it's like, wow, I could do that. And that's the goal, is to encourage others, to get your message out there so that you can help other people too. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Love it, man. Well, I thank you all. You all are so great for coming on. I love to continue doing things of this nature. Please, anybody here, if you're not already, follow AIM, Always Improving the Mind. And I'd love to have you guys on, okay? And just talk, man. We can't have community without communication. I love this. Like I am fulfilled spiritually.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. Thank you, Trey. You the man.
Y'all great, man. I will be I'm gonna be talking to each one of y'all, okay? Everybody here, follow AIM, Always Improving the Man. I want to talk to y'all, okay? I want to talk to you all. Thank you, guys. Love you all.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, bye.